Hello everybody, my name is Flaw from the YugiCast, and today we're going to be casting a game on Dueling Network. Odd thing for me to see for me here. I've been back on Dueling Network for the past few days watching some games. Right now we're going to be watching, this is game 3 between a 3-axis Fire Fist player named Dougie Fresh, rating at 1589, versus, this guy doesn't have a name, but his rating is 1909, and he's playing Elemental Dragons, or Dragon Rulers. And we're going to see a Tinky out of Doogie Fresh here, or Dougie Fresh, however he wants to say it. We're going to see what he's going to go for. I imagine he's probably going to want to try and set up for some kind of early push. 3-axis is a deck that um, it only needs, I think, 2 cards to effectively go off turn 1 and do a lot of stuff, put some pressure on the board. And it's a really interesting deck, and I think now that the TCG's finally got Rooster, we're going to see some really cool things happening with the deck. However, personally, I feel like until some touches are made to Dragon Rulers and to Spellbooks, they're not going to be as viable as a lot of people would like for them to be. But we're going to see that Tinky's going to search for a Leopard. He's going to use Leopard's effect to search for another Fire Formation spell. And I imagine he's probably going to go for Tensu here. And Tensu will allow him to summon probably a Spirit from his hand. And then Spirit plus Spirit brings this guy back, makes Horse Prince. Does all kinds of cool stuff there. Like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot for this deck to get going. It's very, very fast. However, I personally don't like the deck very much. I'm a bigger fan of the 4-axis, which is getting Wolfberk in Judgment of the Light, which releases in about 2 weeks. 3-axis gets Rooster, 4-axis gets Wolfberk. It's going to be, depending on the ban list, it's going to be a very interesting fall format for us. Oh no, he's just going to grab a Tengi. Very interesting choice there. That makes me wonder if he has something in his hand already. But yeah, Leopard's going to let him set that Tinky, and oh, there's the Tensu. He already had it in hand. That's nice. Yep, and there's the Spirit, just like I said. And oh, there's the Max C. He's going to draw at least 1 card off that. He's probably going to actually draw 2 or 3 for a Dragon Ruler player. This is kind of one of the things I don't like about 3-axis, is it's very susceptible to Max C and Effect Veiler. Oh, and he's just going to end on that. Probably not what he wanted to do there, but you can't really fault him for that. You don't want to give your opponent too many cards with Dragon Rulers. And like I said before, 3-axis Fire Fists are very susceptible to Maxi and Effect Veiler. All their monsters to start out are really, really small. So if you can Maxi them, they have to give you a lot of cards to do stuff. They have, like some other plays, take multiple steps and require multiple special summons. And if you can Veiler them, then they're stuck with like Leopard here. If he just Veiler, if our Dragon Ruler player had a Veiler for that Leopard, Dougie Fresh would end up with a 200 attack monster on board. But we're going to see from our Dragon player a Blaster, Dragon Ruler of the Infernos. He's going to bring that out by banishing from his hand a Tidal and a Tempest. So, and that of course is going to die to a Bottomless. However, he is going to get at least 2, or he's going to get his 2 searches for the 2 big dragons he banished for Blaster's effect. So, I didn't quite see what he grabbed. I think he grabbed Stream, and I think, yeah, and another Tempest. Okay. So Stream's going to pitch Tempest, and he's going to bring out a Tidal from the deck. Pretty standard Dragon Ruler stuff here. And oh, there's the Super Rejuvenation. And he's just going to end to draw 2. Not much coming out of either player in the early going of this last game here. Very interesting. I imagine they're both, well, Dougie would have probably done a lot more, granted, or given the fact that, ooh, okay. He's going to Max C again. Like I said, Dougie would have probably done a lot more had he not been Max C, and he's probably going to have to make a decision here if he wants to go in under Max C, or if he just wants to sit down, or sit back and just kind of play it slow. He's going to go for a Tinky. He could always go for Bear here and pop and go for a little bit of damage. Get himself another search, which is never a bad idea. Or he could theoretically also... this guy can only be used for Beast Warriors, correct? He can only be used for Beast Warriors. I was going to say he could also go for a level 8, something like... he could find a way to go for level 8, something like Crimson Blader, but you can't do Crimson Blader with Spirit, and Spirit's the main tuner for the deck. So that unfortunately is not going to happen. Oh, and there's the Rooster. So we've got a Bear and a Rooster on board. Rooster is what most people call otherwise called Chicken. If you guys don't know what he does, when he's special summoned by the effect of a Fire Fist monster, like Spirit, for example, or Horse Prince, who is the level 6 Synchro that the deck runs, can pull him straight from the deck. You get to add a Fire Fist monster straight from your deck to your hand, and then you can only use that effect once a turn. And then once per turn, you can actually shoot a Fire Fist from your Spell or Trap Zone to the graveyard, and then you can set another Fire Formation from your grave, or from your deck to your hand, which is very interesting. It helps you get rid of those dead Fire Formation Tinkies and Fire Formation Tensus and stuff like that. So looks like we're going to see he's going to go for some damage here. Attacking with Bear first. Generally you do want to start with your smaller monsters, but it's understandable to attack with Bear first because he wants that search so he can get another Tinky. Just start cycling through those. However, he's now out of Tinkies. If his opponent heavy storms him, or if that gets MST'd or whatever, he's basically out of Tinkies. He's out of ways to search for his monsters, which can come to hurt you later on. So I don't know. That's kind of a risky thing to me. I might have gone for another Tensu or something along those lines. I mean, Tinky is kind of their main spell, but 3-axis don't have a way to recycle them like 4-axis. I've been playing a lot of 4-axis myself, and I noticed that once you cycle through those, you can just make Cardinal, put back a Tinky and a Bear, and then you can attack for some, you can attack and you can make a Tiger King, and you can just kind of search out that Tinky and search out that Bear, and it just kind of keeps you going. 3-axis don't really have that luxury. But it looks like he's in pretty good control of the game here. I mean, look at how many cards he has compared to the Dragon Ruler player. I mean, granted, the Dragon Ruler player does have his grave loaded. He has access to 3 of his 4 colors. We don't know what's in his hand just yet. But he has not accessed his Redox or his Reacted yet. Which always kind of hurts dragons. They need to get all 4 colors going at the same time and as fast as possible. Otherwise, it just creates problems for them. But it looks like our Fire Fist player, he's gonna cycle a Tinky off of Rooster. Gonna see what he's gonna search for here. Going for a Gyoku. Interesting. I wonder why he would leave this in a deck that doesn't play a lot of back row. Granted, Dragon Rulers like to play cards like Vanity's Emptiness and stuff like that in the sideboard. However, I don't know that I would bring that in. Or I don't know that I would leave Gyoku in. I would probably take that out. Probably bring in like a Heavy Storm and just leave that at that in case you need it. You cycle through your deck fast enough that it's not really something that is a big deal if you don't draw it. But here we go. We're going to see... he's either using Tempest or Lightning. He hasn't declared that yet. So we're going to see he's using Tempest's effect. It's going to search his Redox. So now our player in the red has access to all 4 of his elements. He's going to use a burner. He's going to bring out Blaster. And in defense mode. Interesting. I imagine he's just going to overlay with it anyway, but still, interesting. So we will see just what he's going to use next. I imagine he's going to use Redox next. Either Redox or Tidal. Like I said, I don't know what the last card in his hand is, just for clarity there. So we'll see. Looks like he's using Tidal, yeah, like I expected. So he's now used 1 mini and 1 big dragon's effects. See what he goes for next. I imagine he's going to try and use Redox next. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's used 2 bigs and 1 mini. Sorry. Who is messaging me? Val. He can wait. Looks like we're going to see, yep, like I said, Redox is going to come out. Now we're going to see what he's going to try to make here. We do know, let's see. Trying to figure out what he might be thinking here. That is a very good question. Why not remove double max for Redox? But anyway. We know that this is Gyoku right here, I believe, and I think one of these is a Tenki. Yeah, he has 1 Tenki and 1 Gyoku here, so we don't know what this spell trap is. We don't know what this is. Either of these could be a Tensen, which a lot of builds like to use. If you guys don't know what Tensen is, it's a trap. You target a Fire Fist when you activate it. That monster gains 700 attack until the end phase, and then all of your Beast Warrior monsters gain 300 attack overall. So basically, it's a 1,000 attack boost to any of your monsters, plus another 300 for anything else. So, depending on what our player in the red attacks here, he could still be losing a monster or 2. Guess we'll have to see. I think his main goal is probably going to be to kill this spirit. That's what I would go for personally, because if not, unless he has another Max C in his hand, next turn he's basically going to start, or our player in the blue is going to start pushing for damage. He's going to start making synchros and doing all kinds of really mean, evil 3-axis Fire Fist stuff. So we shall see. Just going to type something in here, make sure I don't time out. Looks like he's thinking. He's still, I don't know what's going on here. He hasn't seemed to, he's entered his battle phase and decided not to attack, or, I don't know, he could, I guess like I said, he could be deciding what to attack. Like I said, I personally would kill this, and probably Leopard. I would probably just kill these two, because as it stands, I mean, Bear can power over this, which means you're just going to want to overlay with it. But you don't want to kill Rooster because if they bring back Rooster next turn, then, or if he's got a Tinky, so he can go for like another Spirit to bring back Rooster, which is going to give another Monster Surge, all that kind of stuff. But it looks like he's just going to run over the Bear, choice, and he's going to run over the Spirit. Both probably smart choices. Like I don't know about killing the. I mean, if you make Dracossack, the Bear is not really a threat, in my opinion, because you can spawn tokens. Bear doesn't get its effect just for killing things. He has to actually deal damage to you. So, I don't know. We'll see. See what he decides to go for here. Double checking his grave. I imagine if I were him, I would probably go for Dracossack here, and then detach a Blaster, and then use Blaster's effect to resummon himself so you can make another Dracossack. Oh no, and a Master of Blades. That's very interesting. And he's not ready to end his turn just yet. Or, sorry, Dougie looks like he has a response to that. And he's got a Solemn Warning. It's a very good card. Now he's in a really good position here. He can Tinky for just about anything and get over. Well, actually, he's in an interesting position. Excuse me. He can Tinky, Bear, Pop, and then overlay. And yeah, he can overlay these two for a level 3 and do some stuff that way. Or he can now Tinky, grab Spirit, and make some stuff. Our Firefist player is in a really good spot right now. He basically has control of the game. Kind of curious to see if he can find a way to OTK this turn. If he has a way to get that title off the board, then if he has a way to get that title off the board and then do stuff, I think he can win this turn. Barring, of course, the one card in hand being a Swift Scarecrow. That is a very real possibility considering the way dragons are. So we'll just have to wait and see about that. But he's going to go ahead and Tinky. Grabbing Spirit. Well, I guess he could... This is interesting now that I think about it. He can Spirit, get back Spirit, and then make 2 Horse Princes, and then overlay for like an M7 or a Strike Bounds or something along those lines. However, I don't think that that's really the best play. I don't know. We'll see what he's got in mind here. He can do a lot of stuff with 4 level 3s on the board. So he's going to declare the effect, and he's going to get out another Spirit. One thing to keep in mind here now, once he does this, he can only attack with Beast Warriors for the rest of the turn. And actually, I was wrong. He can't do what I just said because once Horse Prince is made, you can't summon level 5 or higher monsters. So I was incorrect about that. He could, I think, in theory, go for Vulcan the Divine, or Beast Lord Vulcan, whatever, and put that, yeah, he could go Beast Lord Vulcan, put this back in the hand, then go for Horse Prince, pull another monster out of the deck, and then attack for game. That wouldn't be a bad play. Let's see what he wants to do here. Yep, there's Vulcan the Divine. Is it Beast Lord Vulcan now? No, it's just Vulcan the Divine now. He's going to put the Tinky back in his hand. And ooh, there's the Effect Veiler. That is very unfortunate. However, I think it'll still be game here because he can go for Horse Prince, which can pull Bear, which can pop, which can, yeah, well actually can pull Rooster, which can pull Bear, which you can normal summon off of Tensu, which can pop, and it's still game no matter what. So very good play here by our player in the blue. And Andy has Vanity's Emptiness, so looks like that's probably going to be GG. He's just going and showing that he has the Solemn Judgment as well. He has all of the answers. It looks like this is a good game now, whether or not a player in the blue wants to admit as much. And there it is. That's the game. Or sorry, playing the red. So there you have it. 3Axis Fire Fizz versus Dragon Rulers. Hope you guys have enjoyed this, the shotcasting and all that sort of thing. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.